Hey, what's up everybody? Today we're going to be ranking Destiny's best and worst updates because people would say we are in the worst ever right now. We'll get into that later on in the video. So yeah, we're just going to start from the very beginning. D1, day 1 launch.
Nowhere.
Yeah. Well, maybe not day 1 launch, but base game. I think C tier is perfectly fine for it. The story, not great. Vault of Glass, pretty good. Loot is the start of it. Gunplay was great. Crucible had shit-ass metas, but when those were fixed, it was pretty good.
I'll take your word on that one.
Yeah.
I didn't really like the main campaign of D1.
Oh, yeah. No, it was bad.
No one did.
It had some fun missions.
Yeah.
Had
Fun.
really good strike named Summoning Pits.
Anyways, Devil's Lair, am I right, fellas?
So, Dark Below.
Campaign was alright. Raid was fucking S tier. Love that raid.
That's your opinion.
Yep. Word of Crota, wicked gun.
Yeah. The raid had good loot. I'll give it that.
It was an improvement on the base game because it added more content.
True, yeah. I think it's C or D. I really did not like the story.
I think it's above
And I think Protozone's okay.
base game because I like the raid more than Vlog, but it also added more content.
How about they share a tier and it's just a little bit better?
Okay, yeah. No, that's what I meant.
Okay. House of Wolves. I think this is leagues better than Dark Below. Sure, it didn't have a raid, but Prison of Elders was fresh for the franchise. Yeah. It had a lot of exotics in this $15 mini expansion.
Dreg's Promise,
Dreg's
Lord of Wolves,
Promise.
Queen's Breaker.
Yeah.
Dreg's Promise Year 3.
True. I mean, that comes later on. But
I know.
Or Year 2. Dreg's Promise is what it was.
Oh, my mistake.
Trials came with House of Wolves. The campaign isn't that bad. It's just a little weird at times.
Only thing I remember is Skull Loss from that fucking campaign.
It did add Celestial Nighthawk, which was
Okay, yeah. That just made it a DPS meta.
Yeah. I think A or B.
I think it's B. Like, top or mid B.
I really liked House of Wolves. That's what revived the game for me. Because I stopped playing
Taken King happened.
Taken King. S tier, right?
Beginning of Taken King.
That's where most
I
of
don't
it
know.
is. True, yeah, you started after April update.
I started like a month after April update, yeah.
Basically, it's everything that isn't Challenge of the Elders or Chromas are the two Taken weapons.
Chromas, holy. Forgot about those. I can agree with S.
Yeah. I don't think it's the best expansion ever.
No.
But
far from it.
It's up there. The Taken King April update. Keep in mind, this update was completely free for all owners of Taken King. I don't know if you had to open Taken King or not.
I'm pretty sure you didn't. I think it was just because it revamped the entire system of everything. So why would you need to own a DLC for that?
It added a strike. Challenge of Elders was a thing.
I don't know what it added. I just know that it made the game better.
Yeah. Oh my god, it added the greatest exotic ever, Zen fucking Meteor, right?
Oh my
Am I right?
god. Literally a gun with explosive rounds.
I think it being free gives it some brownie points in my favor. I think it's pretty on par with House of Wolves. Not as good, but it was free.
True. I can agree with fucking B or A.
I'll take... How about that? Is that fine?
Let me see this. Yeah, I'll take that.
All right, Rise of Iron.
A.
Yeah, I think A is solid. I think
Siva's wicked.
Yeah,
story wicked. You get a free exotic at the end. That's kind of wicked. Fellwinter's Mountain. Was that what it was called?
Fellwinter's
Fellwinter
Peak. Yeah.
New social area.
House
Fucking
of Wolves
new
also had a new social
artifacts
area.
that
So.
broke the game. Scory's Harmony broke the fucking game.
Yeah.
Trivialized raids.
I liked Memory of Fellwinter.
Didn't that just delete your super?
Yeah, but you got extra grenades and melees.
Of course you like that.
Yeah. All I'm going to say, if one of your points for Rise of Iron is another social space, might I remind you that House of Wolves added the Reef?
Yeah, but the Reef didn't, like, make me do things to get different artifacts that gave me cool abilities.
That's fair. Didn't have Shiro for it, that's for sure.
Now, it also had not the best raid. I'm not a huge fan of Wrath. It's kind of mid.
I like it. I like the mechanics in it.
It was okay. The thing that made Wrath good for me, Outbreak Prime. It's not perfected in that game.
Yeah.
It's Prime. Outbreak Prime was one of the most fun exotics they've ever added. Besides Abaddon and the Void fucking... the other Void counterpart.
Nova Mortis.
Nova Mortis, that's what it's called. But that was the Dawning, so that doesn't count.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even put that in here.
No, we don't need to do seasonal events.
Well, yeah, but that Dawning specifically was pretty big.
That's true, yeah. But, yeah, I think Rise of Iron is definitely it had a solid raid exotic, a lot of secrets, and like
a lot of exotic quests.
A lot.
I do want to say now, though.
Yes.
People suck Rise of Iron's dick all the time on the internet and act like it is the greatest expansion ever, but it's the same people back in 2016 when it came out saying it was awful and it was nowhere close to Taken King.
Now hear me out. Clever Dragon.
Oh, shit. Yeah, you're right. Oh my god, Clever Dragon is so good.
I have flashbacks from that gun sometimes.
True. But yeah, I just wanted to say, Rise of Iron's great, but like, don't act like you didn't shit on it a little bit when it came out. I didn't. I know you didn't. But there's a lot of people that fucking hated Rise of Iron when it came out. For no reason.
I was mad because they had to have a queue time longer than an hour.
Yeah. I was mad people play the game.
Those mad people. I rage play Destiny now, but back then, I enjoyed it.
Age of Triumph.
S.
Yeah, it's A or S.
Definitely. I feel like it's above Taken King because it added so much fresh content. It puts it an S for you.
I wouldn't say fresh.
Because it added Daybreak.
Oh my god, yeah, it did add Daybreak. Holy shit.
It added Daybreak, strike scoring, didn't it?
That was actually the Dawning for Rise of Iron.
Okay, yeah, I couldn't remember if that was Dawning or if
like
that was...
I said, that was actually a massive update, and I just completely forgot that it was separate, because it gave SRL, or not the first SRL, but...
to do older raids, like Vogue. It literally made Vogue... like Fatebringer. You could get Fatebringer again. And you could get it, what was it, Solar in year 1? Like, you could get a Solar exotic, you could, Arc, yeah. You could get an Arc exotic Fatebringer. Like, come on. And it was in primary slot. Like, come on. Who wouldn't like that update?
Also, Crota's End had 2 exotics for Rise, or for Age of Triumph, because it could drop Black Spindle.
Spindle, yeah.
Necrochasm, but Necrochasm had a new quest for it that was way better than the fucking Eidolon ally.
God.
Do I feel like there might be some nostalgia making everything slant upwards? Maybe.
Yes. But
Dark
Age
Below
of Triumph
and D1 could be down, and so could April Update. But April Update was free. That's its major brownie points. Like, it wasn't that big of an update.
Age of Triumph was also free.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Age of Triumph added so much more than April Update.
Yeah. April Update was an Eververse update with
and it was just a revamp of the system, right?
I don't think it's that big.
I can't remember. It's been so long.
I think that was more the June update after Rise of Iron, or the June update after Taken King, which was the last update for PS3.
It's been it's been 9 years since Rise of Iron came out.
No, it's been 9 years since D1 came out.
Wait, no, Rise of Iron came out in 2016.
Yeah.
And it's been 6.
7.
I'm stupid.
Well,
what? No, it's been 6.
7 in September.
7 in September. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just ahead of the curve, man.
Yeah. Bro, this game's old.
Base game Destiny 2. I think it's on par with D1 base game.
I feel like it's above D1 because it actually had... No. I mean in C. It's still C tier.
Oh, okay.
It's above base D1 and Dark Below.
Yeah.
Only because the way you got your super in base game D2 was fucking cool.
Yeah, that was cool. The campaign for D2 was better than Dark Below or base game D1.
It fleshed out the Cabal. It was our first introduction to Cabal, like, lore and shit, pretty much.
Does it have... let's get into Leviathan first. Leviathan is a better raid than Crota's End, in my opinion. I know you disagree with that. I know Crota's like your fucking baby.
Yes it is.
And I would rather do... Don't get me wrong, I love a VOG run. I run it like every week. But I'd rather do Leviathan.
Yeah.
Leviathan is just more fun and interesting and different.
Yeah.
The problems with base game D2 was double primary meta.
Double primary, shotguns in the heavy slot, snipers in the heavy slot, even though there still are some, but those are exotics.
Yeah.
What? D2 had SMGs.
True. Sidearms were in D1.
Grenade launchers, and later bows in Black Armory. I know that's in
Actually,
Black.
that was Forsaken.
Forsaken. Forsaken was bro.
Yeah.
I'm old. My memory's getting worse and worse. That's crazy.
Wish Ender is Forsaken. There's the Shattered Throne exotic.
Yeah, that's true. That is very, very true.
But yeah, base game D2 better than base game D1. Mantling. That's all we gotta say, honestly.
Mantling. D2 beta had infinite supers.
True. Yeah, it did.
The only time they've let us have infinite supers for more than like an hour.
It is the most balanced sandbox we ever had for PvP.
Besides primaries.
Yeah, is absolutely infuriating sometimes. Mida Multi-Tool and Uriel's Gift were the meta, but outside of that, it's pretty balanced.
Yeah, that's true. Besides ammo economy and some meta weapons, it was very balanced.
Let's move on to Curse of Osiris. And I did have some troubles with Curse of Osiris, whether we keep it as one expansion or split it up as 2.
Because why would we split it as 2?
Halfway between Curse of Osiris and Warmind, there's a bunch of updates, like the Go Fast update, but also the Masterworking update, which did not ship with Curse of Osiris, but is part of that time period. So it's like, is it Curse of Osiris or not?
If we're looking at it, like, not objectively, but like, if we're just looking at it straight, like, Curse of Osiris on its own, with its updates, because that's still in the DLC time period, I feel like it's in B with House of Wolves. Because we had verse weapons, we had Sagira's Shell, the story was pretty good.
Yeah, it could have been better.
It was okay. It could have been a lot better. We got our first introduction to raid layers.
Yeah.
Which
a lot of people hate Eater of Worlds, but
Eater of Worlds was pretty good. Yeah. Everyone always shits on it because, like, ooh, LFG team beat it. They were world's first. Who cares?
Oh no, easy raid.
Who cares? It was
honestly
fun.
More mechanics in Root.
Exactly. More mechanics in Root. Exactly. Yeah. What else did it have?
You said the verse weapons, which was like the introduction of crafting. Cool. I think
that was
a lot of
crafting, but like 3 or 4 years earlier.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't like that specific part of it because random rolls weren't reintroduced
Who
at that time.
cares?
Which
Burst
that's
weapons
annoying,
were cool.
but yeah, they were cool. Masterworking was introduced with this update, or with an update within Curse of Osiris. It increased the base game like speed of everything with the Go Fast update.
Yep. Dawnblade was insanely fast.
Yeah, you could fly through the EDZ in a second and hit a wall and die.
Yep.
Strike-specific loot for Destiny 2 was introduced in Curse of Osiris. Something we really don't have now.
I mean, we technically do.
Yeah.
We used to up until, what, like last year? Year before?
I think it was 2 years ago.
Yeah, because the Lake of Shadows was the last one like actually in the game that had strike-specific that I can remember. Because it had Malicious Birthright.
Yeah.
And then they just stuck all the strike-specific bullshits into a pool and put it in Nightfalls instead.
Yeah.
Which I don't like that, but that's a whole different issue.
Like, I know Curse of Osiris had its problems, but
it was still good.
Yeah, one
we
of
got
the
to
things...
see fucking Saint.
True.
For the first time.
He was dead, but we saw him.
Bro was literally fucking lying there dead. Just chilling.
One of my favorite moments from year one of Destiny 2 was us farming for a week straight
for DFA.
Yeah.
Yep. Good times.
Times. We had time down pat for that. Was it Tree of Probabilities?
Yeah, we were running that in like 15, 20 minutes.
It was less than that. It was like 5
that was
or
back
10.
When it was back when the game was harder though.
Yeah.
And like you had to run. Was there Nightfall difficulties or was there one flat one? I can't remember.
So, you grabbed an item from Zur and you're able to change the modifiers.
The 5 of Swords.
Yeah.
Holy, I forgot about that. And it didn't matter if you put it up.
Tractor Cannon and Dawnblade through the Infinite Force and just get done with it immediately.
Back before Tractor Cannon was actually like insanely good.
Yeah. I use it for the speed buff, and then we'd get to the other side right before the boss. We'd switch our entire loadouts and just insta-give the boss.
That is true. That is very true.
Like, Gear 1 of Destiny 2, that's my favorite memory, if I'm being honest.
Core memory.
Core memory right there.
So all, Curse of Osiris definitely fucking beats here.
Yeah. I think it gets more hate than it deserves. It's not good, but its problems are mainly the problems that D2 brought.
Yes.
It just couldn't solve them.
Mm-hmm.
Warmind.
Where would you put this?
I think A tier.
Above Curse.
Yeah, I think it's better than Curse of Osiris.
It did bring back Mars.
Yeah, it brought back Mars.
Escalation weapons, escalation in general.
Yeah.
Worldline.
Stars, hear me out, is better than Eater of Worlds. But
that's where we
it's
disagree.
Just more infuriating. Yeah. I think if it came out now, I would like it more than I did when it did come out. It was like the first raid where everyone had to know the mechanics.
That is true.
Which, I'm fine with that. I just think it was not the best time to do that. But at the same time, it was a raid layer, so a lot of people didn't care.
It was also still during double primary meta.
Yeah, that was the biggest problem with that raid, honestly.
People would run out of ammo in their fucking hand cannon.
Mm-hmm.
And all they'd have is heavy or something.
It's not like we had Vorpal or Frenzy back then.
No, we did not.
You had to get kills for your damage perks to proc.
We had Kill Clip on Better Devils.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was literally it. Oh, wait, no, what was the...
Is Kill Clip and Rampage were the 2 damage perks. Box Breathing was on, like, snipers only.
Box Breathing was only on Whisper.
Oh, it was also on Escalation Sniper.
No, it wasn't on Escalation. That was back before Random Rolls.
Yeah,
it
dropped with Box Breathing.
Did it?
Yeah.
Bro.
And the shotgun had Trench Barrel.
Yeah, the trench barrel... Oh my god.
Trench Barrel was so broken when it came out. Holy shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
it brought really good perks.
Warmind brought back... It has Whisper.
Yeah. Whisper in its prime.
I think Warmind is in many ways a better expansion than Curse of Osiris.
I agree.
Most of the good parts of Curse of Osiris came out after the main package.
That's true.
And free updates.
That is true.
But I don't think Curse of Osiris could have carried us to Forsaken. I think only Warmind could have done that at the time.
That's definitely the fucking truth.
So, yeah, I think it belongs in A tier. I think it's the only one of the $15 expansions that belongs in that A tier.
Resurrection was what, 30?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cheaper than Taken King, but not much. Forsaken. Easy as.
See, I want to disagree.
But you know what's
because looking back on it, there were a lot of glaring problems with with Forsaken.
I don't even think it's the best. I think I like it more than Taken King, story-wise, at the very least.
Story-wise, Forsaken is S. Everything else, I think it would be above Rise of Iron, but still an A, in all honesty.
Last Wish is one of my favorite raids. Like,
Shattered Throne was cool.
Shattered Throne is the introduction of dungeons. We could say it like that. We could phrase it like that. Okay. Thing that makes me almost want to put in F. Fucking Corrupted Strike.
Now, hear me out.
Fuck that thing.
Corrupted was good for the game because that introduced unlocking stuff after a raid was finished.
That's true. I think Forsaken did most things right. New supers.
True! Blade Barrage.
Unfortunately, it introduced Will of Radiance.
Still a meta super 5 years later.
Yeah.
Crazy. Fucking insane.
It wasn't the introduction to Savathun, but it was like...
That's
when she was becoming more prominent in the story, It was like, who Forsaken.
Dis? Yeah. And then, what else did... It revamped the entire, ammo economy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Special we still don't have infinite primary.
Yeah, it didn't have infinite primary at this point, but we could do double special, but at this point, it was not a good idea.
There were not very many good primary slot specials.
Yeah, kinetic slot specials.
You had the sniper from Last Wish.
Malicious Birthright was alright.
Okay, that was before everyone knew that blinding was fucking insane. And that blinding is still insane.
There was this... Yeah, there wasn't a lot of great kinetic special weapons.
Yeah. There was
at that point
one or two.
Yeah. For most part, they weren't great. Chaperone,
I forgot about Chaperone being in Forsaken. We had
the exotics. Holy shit, the exotics were cranked, and some of them still are.
Oh, what did we get? We got Controverse. We got... I can't
Shards of Galanor.
Shards of Galanor Gambit days.
Heart of Inmost Light.
That was way back
you're right.
Before it was
added
ever good.
Gambit.
Anyways, moving on from that game mode.
Anyways, I think Forsaken is an S tier, not my favorite expansion. I think there's only one thing they've released that tops Forsaken.
We'll see. We'll find that out then.
Yeah. How do you feel about Black Armory?
The Forge difficulty in the beginning, stupid.
Yeah. I was going to say something about that if you weren't.
The fact they had to lower it a day after the expansion came out is crazy.
I think Black Armory is the biggest example of nostalgia taking over.
Izanagi's came out 4 weeks after the expansion.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of great stuff about Black Armory, but people are like, this is the perfect season. No, it wasn't.
No.
There was a better season that year.
What was the puzzle thing, the big puzzle thing in Black Armory called?
Niobe Labs.
Niobe Labs. I never
That
did Niobe
fumble.
Labs.
Oh my god.
It was hard content, but like the fact you had to use specific weapons and an FPS with random rolls.
That's not what bothers me. What bothers me is like 3 days in, they're like, or is 1 to 3 days in, they're like, okay,
Yeah.
because the reward was Berguzia would unlock after
Yeah.
someone finished the puzzle, and they're like, okay, yeah, people are mad because the puzzle hasn't been finished yet. We're just releasing Berguzia. So what was the point of Niobe Labs at that point? And then, like a week later or 2 weeks later, they're like, hey, by the way, here's how you finish it. Then a little bit later,
Yeah.
they're like, a little bit later on, they say, hey, fun fact, it was bugged the whole time. There was no way of getting the clue. And like the
Classic.
next day is when they announced the Activision split.
That's true. I forgot about that. That happened around the same time.
Yeah, but no one, whenever people are like, bro, Black Armory was the best state of the game. It was so good. They never mentioned Niobe Labs, and they never, or at least the problems with Niobe Labs, and they never mention how it launched. On
Correct.
launch, everyone hated it.
Shit was bad.
You had like the 5 people that were like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm already at light level. Because like,
Yeah, the people that sat there and grinded, who didn't have school, who didn't have jobs.
Yeah.
The streamers.
Because it was 50 or 100 light levels, and at that time in the game, there wasn't that many sources of Pinnacle.
There was maybe 5 or 6. And you had to min-max so fucking hard.
Yeah.
If you wanted to get even close to max.
Don't get me wrong, I don't mind hard content, but the way the Forges launched, kind of ridiculous. Did have some good exotics though.
One is getting nerfed because it's still prominent to this day.
Which one are you talking about?
Monarch.
Oh yeah. True. I mean,
I'd put it below Curse, honestly, but that's just personal opinion.
I'll put it in B tier above Curse.
It's definitely worse than House of Wolves, in my opinion.
Yeah,
because of how it launched.
Yeah, the way it
launched. The story was kind of what the fuck was like. The story was unlock these forges and I'll like you more.
In the most simplest terms, yes.
Like, what kind of fucking story is that? Like, just
basically, for some reason, we don't have a key to this room in the tower, but the spider did. We get in there.
That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Spider's brother Civix is taking over the forges. Can you help take him back? You take him back, and Ada's like, I fucking hate Guardians. You do Niobe Labs, and she's like, you know what, though? You kind of
You know what?
It did have Scourge of the Past, though.
I didn't really like Scourge that much.
But it had Anarchy.
Okay, but defining a raid by its exotic is kind of weird. All that matters is, was the raid fun to play?
That's fair.
If it wasn't, Scourge, it was okay at its best.
Yeah.
Mechanics, fucking all over the place. CAP, PAC, whatever the fuck. ACP.
PCP.
That is a drug. You don't, like, that's so weird. And then, I just didn't really like Scourge.
That
opening mechanics were awful.
You want to?
Oh yeah, let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on from Black Armory. What's your opinion on Season of the Drifter? I'm thinking C or D. It's not an
I
F.
don't remember it.
I would never put Drifter in F.
What did Drifter bring to the game?
Gambit Prime and Reckoning and the story missions with the 9, which my main complaint for Dark Below is it's time gated by Xur. So was this season. Oh, Allegiance Quest, which led to nothing, but it was cool in the moment.
Now, right. Since, like, before the launch of Rise of Iron, I had stuck with Destiny the entire entire time. I played through Curse, I played through base game D2, all fine. When Drifter hit, and it brought out Gambit Prime and the Reckoning, that's when I stopped playing.
See, the Gambit Prime enjoyer in me wants to put this in S tier.
Fuck off.
But I know it does not belong anywhere close to S.
Genuinely,
I love Gambit Prime. That was the greatest addition they ever added, and the worst, the saddest thing to see go. I could lose my raids. No, that's a joke. That's a joke. But losing Gambit Prime, that was like losing your child, okay? That was true loss for me.
Story missions being locked behind Xur again when they should have learned their lesson from base game.
Yeah.
D1 automatically puts it at worse than D1 base game. It added story missions locked behind an NPC that came for 3 days a week?
4 in D2.
4. My apologies. What else? Reckoning armor, I guess, was cool. Like, rolls in Gambit Prime, alright, I guess. But at the same time...
Outbreak perfected.
Okay, I didn't really run through that mission. I ran through it once, and then the mission was alright. I didn't really like it because it was hard content. It was good. It was a good mission. I just didn't like it personally. The time limit was a bit too tight for me. Literal skill issue is all it is. But all in all, Drifter was definitely worse than base game D1. That we can agree on.
Yeah, it did have great weapons though.
It did.
The loot was all good.
It had spare rations, didn't it?
Yep.
Okay. Spare rations before it was like the worst hand cannon in the game. Sad to see it come back.
Season of Opulence.
What did Opulence bring?
Menagerie.
I don't remember. See, that was also another season where I got into it late. Menagerie was good.
Yeah, I think it's definitely better than Black Armory.
For sure. Menagerie just carries fucking Opulence.
Also,
the raid layer?
Oh, horrible. Yeah, the raid.
Horrible.
Horde. Yeah, I do not like Crown of Sorrow at all.
I attempted the boss of that once on an LFG. No thanks. Never again. Don't bring it back, please.
What else was in Opulence? There's a lot of exotic quests.
There was Truth.
Oh my god, we forgot about the fucking hand cannons for that whole year. Oh my god, the amount of kinetic hand cannons we got.
Oh, Austringer.
Austringer was in here. Lumina. By the way, Season of the Drifter brought back Thorn.
Okay, and...
Damn, I was hoping.
That does not bump it up, in all honesty. One exotic does not carry a DLC.
Outbreak perfected. Just
okay, but again, that does not carry the DLC. It only became meta because primary, every other thing was just bad, and they had to change primary weapon scaling, which is crazy.
But yeah, Opulence
definitely better than Black Armory. Definitely better than the base game of each game. Better than the April update. Yeah, worse than Warmind because Menagerie and Escalation are definitely on par with each other. They're on equal.
Tribute Hall was in Opulence.
Bad juju. Mm-hmm. Too bad that gun sucks.
Not as bad as Truth.
Okay, but where's my Tychonaut? All right, pal.
I agree. No, I would love Tychonaut to come back.
I mean, Opulence was definitely either a little bit better or on par with Warminds. Did not play on launch with this one.
Shadowkeep
was where I stopped. I stopped playing a little bit around Drifter. I still played a little bit. I stopped playing before Shadowkeep and came back with Arrivals. So everything from Shadowkeep to Arrivals,
I might just speedrun this shit then.
Just speedrun it because I have no idea.
Our character's power got halved, which is fine. Honestly, whatever. Can't stack buffs anymore. Fine. No infinite ammo. Fine. Well, the auto reloading yeah. Fine. Whatever. I think they also tanked ability regen.
That wouldn't surprise me.
But it brought in Divinity, which has had massive repercussions on the whole game, just like Well of Radiance has. It added finishers. That's an improvement.
Finishers are pretty wicked.
It had a PvP map. That's a plus side for it. It had, in my opinion, the worst raid. I would rather do Crown of Sorrow and Spire of Stars and Crota Zen than do Garden of Salvation ever again. I have Divinity. I don't want to look at that raid again.
If they made the weapons like worth it in the slightest, I'd be a little inclined to do it. Mm-hmm. But the weapons are so outclassed by everything else in their fucking categories, it's just not worth it.
Yeah. And like,
other than they look cool.
Yeah. It had so many bugs at one point, the raid. Mm-hmm. I don't care. I know people that have run it more recently and they didn't have any problems, so I think they fixed most of them. But I can't fucking do Garden. I'm not putting myself through that.
The only time I've ever done Garden was to get my div. Took us 5 hours. Consecrated Mind, I think the harpy, the big harpy. Mm-hmm. Not first encounter, second encounter.
Like Gambit encounter?
Gambit, yes, Gambit. Gambit 1. We had to reset that encounter 7 times at the end because DPS just didn't start. We shot the eyes. He just stayed there, and he wiped us. Then on boss, we got an infinite damage phase, and we couldn't build the fucking platforms, so we just died to the fucking milk.
Yeah. I don't like that raid at all. Shadowkeep does have some redeeming qualities, though. Mainly it's exotics. It did bring in champions, which kind of icky, gross.
For better or worse, champions are good for the game.
Champions are in the game.
They're good for the game. They made hard content actually hard and something that you just didn't sit back, shoot an enemy. It didn't have any health regen. Yeah. Like overloads can get fucked.
I think it makes seasons where we have bad artifact mods for champions even worse, though. Like, I think that's becoming a big part of seasons is what are we using in Nightfalls?
Literally just like the only thing I look forward to. Am I going to be able to use a fun weapon in GMs?
Oh, it's unstoppable sidearm?
Anyways, looks like I'm not doing GMs this season unless I can use arc grenades or soldier grenades to stun.
At least for sidearms now we have Forerunner. What else does Shadowkeep do?
Story was cool.
Yeah,
first introduction to actual darkness stuff.
True. First time we got to go into a pyramid.
And then they didn't touch it until Beyond Light.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Savathun became more prevalent in the story.
That's true. That is true. Yeah, I could agree with Shadowkeep being in D.
Yeah, also the launch was horrible.
I've heard.
Like, it was a week before people could get in sometimes.
Ain't no way.
Yeah, it's fucking awful.
What the fuck is this called?
Season of the Undying.
See, I don't remember this one.
Ikora built a Vex portal in the tower. There were no repercussions for that at all.
That's crazy.
That's fucking crazy, dog. At least now, if someone did something that fucking stupid, there would be repercussions to those actions in the seasonal story. True. Glad that they've done that at least. She just straight up builds a Vex portal in the tower. We go into the Black Garden and we kill the Undying Mind over and over again in every timeline. Yeah. And there was hype because people were like, there was like a special event version of it at the end. And people were like, this is going to drop a Mago loop, 100%. Nope. It didn't. So that was the community ruining the season for the community. But Undying was bad to start with. It was the first actual true season of
that was back 2. When seasons actually started.
Yeah.
Because wasn't... which one was Joker's Wild?
That was Season of the Drifter.
Okay, yeah. I couldn't remember if that was... Because that's what I remember it by. I remember it being called Joker's Wild and not Drifter.
Because really, those were the $15 expansions sold in a bundle only.
You paid for them all together when Forsaken came out and people were complaining about it.
Yeah. Season of Dawn. You didn't really play this one?
2 words. Gambit Jadestone.
Oh, true. I do No, it's honestly my favorite season, probably of all time.
You always talk about Dawn whenever we talk about seasons,
I
so.
love Season of Dawn. Saint 14 alive in the game, sick. The
And
story, sick. Fun as fuck missions. The loot was
the
great.
Dial?
The sundial, holy shit. I think it's an
I've
improvement over
never played it,
Menagerie.
but I'm assuming it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was like
People always
Menagerie.
really talk fondly about it.
Yeah, I think it is like Menagerie, except the encounters had better theming and fit together better. And it was like
Yeah.
the only time the 6-person match made thing in that realm, like Menagerie
Worked.
or Astral Alignment, worked.
Yep.
Menagerie worked too. Don't get me wrong. That was fun.
Yeah.
But also running through the Leviathan for such a long period of time in a match made activity was just kind of like
Pretty cool.
it was cool, but I just want to
boring.
kill things in this casual match made playlist. I fucking love
What?
Season of Dawn. Easy S tier for me.
All
Worthy,
right.
bottom of F.
Worthy. What the fuck did Worthy bring? Like, exotic wise.
Fourth Horseman.
Now, hear me out.
That's the only good
that
thing.
automatically just bumps it up.
No, it brought Tommy's matchbook.
Oh, wasn't that the season where once Fourth Horseman came out, like, we had to do the Seraph Towers?
Yeah,
Was that Seraph
that's how
Okay.
Fellwinter's Lie came back, was the Seraph
I
Towers.
participated in the Seraph Towers. And then we hit like 2 fucking million in like what, 4 days, 3 days?
By the way, the reason it was set so high was because Season of the Dawn, they had to keep pushing the goalposts further because
people kept doing stuff.
The community event, people were just breaking. I love that community event. Super rewarding, by the way, because you just help the community by putting resources in the terminal and you would get loot for doing that. You know what the fucking Seraph Towers did for community event engagement and rewards? Fellwinter's Lie, that's all you fucking got.
Yeah, and then it got nerfed into Oblivion.
Yeah.
Because they hate fun.
It's the
and
first live event, like
Wasn't
the Almighty crashing.
I think I may have participated in that. I know I did it during Arrival's live event. I can't remember if I did it during that live event.
I think easily, Worthy had the absolute worst seasonal activity of every seasonal activity they've ever done.
What even was it?
Seraph Towers.
That was a seasonal activity, and they made us do the seasonal activity for a community event to get a gun.
Yeah.
That didn't even work sometimes. You couldn't even get the gun sometimes.
Yep. The fucking door.
I logged on, got soft locked after doing like all the enemy bullshit, and then I uninstalled Destiny until like the middle of Arrivals.
Here's the maybe it's good things it had. I'm gonna start with the one that's not good. Trials. It brought back Trials for D2
again.
Yeah, Trials of Osiris, so 3v3. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Trials used to be 4v4 in Destiny 2, didn't it?
Yeah. Yep. Trials of Osiris when it came out was so fucking bad. Oh my god. Everyone was cheating on PC.
Well, yeah, they didn't have an anti-cheat at all.
Yeah, there was no anti-cheat. It wasn't behind Battle.net. It was free to play.
It wasn't even behind a fucking paywall.
There was no barrier at all.
And now it's behind a paywall, Smile.
Yeah, which helps, and Battle.eye sometimes does something. Yeah.
I feel like it deserves to be, like, above Undying.
No.
Because it added positive things.
It did add GMs.
GMs automatically, like, above Shadowkeep and D.
I can't do that.
Okay, pal.
The only time I felt like I would never play Destiny again was Worthy. It made me almost quit the game completely.
That is fair.
It was horrible. The balance was so bad. PvP and PvE, nothing felt fun. It was auto rifle meta, fucking nasty. Hardlight was sniping people across the map.
I've heard about that.
With no recoil, and it got a damage boost for doing that. The worst thing about it probably is the pandemic started like the same week as Worthy came out.
I mean, it didn't
That's
really
when
start.
lockdown started.
Really? I thought it was lockdown hit like after Arrivals.
No,
Like
mid-March
fully hit.
2020.
Jesus.
And that was Worthy. We were locked in, and all D2 is throwing us isn't even scraps. It's fucking rat poison. Shit ass season. The absolute worst piece of content they've ever made.
Hear me out. I think you shit on Worthy enough.
Okay. I could keep going.
I know you could. That's why I'm stopping.
I fucking hate Worthy.
We know. We've been new, pal.
Season of Arrivals.
I want to see where you put this. I agree.
Yeah.
I think it's
B.
No. Hear me out. It's top of B.
Prophecy
Witherhoard.
was free.
Witherhoard. Prophecy.
True.
It didn't add a raid because it added dungeon. The fucking event was good. The seasonal event,
the live
good.
event, yeah, that was good.
The live event, good. Besides
the seasonal
server
activity, it was better Seraph Towers, but it still wasn't good.
No, I liked it. I liked it a lot.
The only good thing I could say about Worthy, other than Grandmasters existing, is Warmind cells were put in the game.
Thank God those are gone. Rip Bozo.
Damn, I'm gonna cry. But Arrivals was fine.
See, I definitely agree. Top of B, 100%.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I think a lot of people overhype it. I think Season of Dawn was leagues better than Arrivals.
Well, if it had a good seasonal event, a good story, Arrivals had a good story, an okay seasonal event. It had Witherhoard. I don't know what other exotics it brought in because Witherhoard was a season pass. Traveler's Chosen, Ruinous Effigy. I was looking.
Armor. No exotic armor. Yeah.
I see that. But hold on. We need to go back to Black Armory.
Why?
Last word.
Yeah, what about it?
God tier exotic.
I liked the quest. And
then
Last Word in PvP for a little bit.
Arrivals added the fucking Obsidian last word.
That's true, it did.
And I think that in and of itself gives it a little bit of a plus.
Yeah, but it's still
But it is definitely still beer. It's beer tier. Beer tier.
Beyond Light. I'm so conflicted about Beyond Light all the time.
Beginning of Beyond Light, not after all the fucking stasis nerfs. All the fucking freezing bullshit annoyed me to no end.
Yeah.
But it was fun. No time to explain. Fun.
Like, definite improvement over Shadowkeep.
It is definitely above fucking Curse of Osiris, and
oh yeah,
it's under Arrivals for me. You can put it above if you want.
Oh but shit! It had Deepstone, man.
Exactly. I was gonna say.
Hold on. That's like my favorite raid. I love Deepstone.
God tier combination of perks on a sniper and a shotgun.
Yeah.
It had Lament. It had the Gambit fucking killer with Eyes of Tomorrow.
True, the Ender Gambit.
A slug shotgun with like 13 rounds in it that you didn't have to reload. Automatic auto-loading where it would also fucking... Overflow for free? For free? Shit, dude, that's... that would make it S tier in of itself, but
it introduced a new damage type for the first time ever.
That's true. Stasis, Warlock, and Titan kind of got shafted because they're roaming. But burst supers are just better. I don't care about your fucking builds. So, if you use this specific stat spread, I don't care, bro. If I can fire my super and it does damage, that's all I care about.
What else did Beyond Light do? Oh yeah, it brought back the Cosmodrome.
True, but we didn't get Kvostov, so I don't care.
Yeah, we did. Oh, we got that in Shadowkeep.
Exactly.
Well, we still don't have exotic Kvostov, sadly.
Exactly.
Bro, when they baited us with the Lightfall trailer. They did. Oh my god.
And we'll talk about that when we get to it.
I'm seething about that still.
Scope and seething. Yeah, it's definitely top of B.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah,
Deepstone,
I'm so conflicted.
Good weapons from the raid. Good things from the raid. A good raid. Mm-hmm. Lament.
Pretty good story, honestly.
They had to nerf Lament.
Making good seasonal seasonal stories and expansion.
Now hear me out. Salvation's grip being used in speedrunning is also a plus.
Yeah. The out of bounds strats, Salvation's grip. I had a lot of fun. Briggs, I know Brigs are not fun, but they're fun. Fuck wyverns,
Oops.
but I'm glad they're in the game.
I'd fuck a wyvern.
Yep, I bet you would.
Is that just because I fuck monsters, pal?
Is that just because I fuck monsters?
Is that just because I fuck monsters?
Is there anything else to say about Beyond Light, honestly?
Nope.
Okay.
Diamond Lance.
I mean, that's part of Beyond Light, but it came out later.
I know.
So
it's just kind of cool.
It's in a weird spot. Season of the Hunt.
Hunt.
Better than Undying, which means it's better than Worthy by default.
It's better than Shadowkeep. You want to know why?
That's bold. That's fucking bold.
You want to know why? Because hunts were fucking cool. Did they get repetitive? Yes. Did the way you farm them turn out to be really good later down the road to get weapons that were going away? Yes.
Yeah.
We got a Void Waveframe.
Yeah, that's
Void
true.
Waveframe GL.
Yeah.
We got the Warden title.
Harbinger? It's not my favorite exotic mission, but it is an exotic mission.
We got Hawkmoon with Hunt too, right? That's right.
Yeah.
I forgot.
The seasonal story wasn't bad.
I don't remember. It's just when Aldrin came back.
Crow is freed from the spider. That's the story. Well, also, we, stop Xivu Wrath from taking over the Dreaming City and shit.
I guess, bro.
Introduced us to Wrathborn. Yeah, I think we've talked about Hunt enough. It's just fine. I mean, it's not fine. It's bad, but it's not it's not noteworthingly bad like Undying and Worthy were.
Rue, I guess.
Chosen.
Igneous Hammer.
True.
120s were the most fun they've ever been.
Yeah.
Literal 2-taps if you got Rampage for a second.
Mm-hmm. Also,
the story, really good.
Really good, yeah. I think A tier.
It's definitely... I feel like it's better than Warmind, in all honesty.
I'll give it that. Our first Battlegrounds.
Okay, anyways.
Look, I know you don't like them.
Okay, it's not that I don't like Battlegrounds. Take them out of strikes. Get them out of strikes.
I like that they're in the Vanguard Ops playlist.
Bro, they do not add any variants.
I think there's too many.
What about Psyops? Fucking delete Psyops from strikes, too.
No, Psyops are some of my favorites.
The chests are bugged and they don't give loot, though.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, because it's been like that for a year.
It has its problems, but I think there's some of the more fun things in that playlist. I love the Psyops. But I like fighting Hive Guardians.
The Hive Guardians are the only good thing about Psyops.
Exactly, and it's got them.
Okay.
Lightblade, yeah, that boss fight, not my favorite, but the bridge part sucks ass. Anyways, yeah, Chosen A tier. Honestly,
Definitely.
There's not much to say about it other than it's good.
It was cool. It added a cool Trials weapon. If you didn't get it back then, it's unfortunate that Igneous is coming back, because that means it's going to have a different perk pool. Yeah. And I don't want that. I want exclusivity.
Yeah, it was. It was Mantle Battle Harmony for Warlocks.
No, it wasn't.
Falling Star for...
Oh my god, we're so stupid! Chosen had DMT!
Oh my god, it had Presage! Holy shit!
It had Presage,
it had season?
It had Omni Oculus.
Oh my god, we're fucking dumb.
It had the fucking World Shaper ornament.
Oh yeah, S tier season.
It had the fucking Siva ornament for fucking Anarchy. It had
what was the
plane emote? TQs.
Oh, Tiku. Yeah, it was Tiku.
That weapon is kind of mid, but it's fun.
Yeah, it's one of the better bows. Bro, I can't believe we forgot about all that.
Genuinely forgot.
Holy shit.
Presage S tier mission.
Oh my god, yeah.
I soloed that day one.
Presage is coming back.
It is.
But yeah, no, Chosen S tier. Holy shit. DMT might be bad now, but holy shit, Prestige S tier. How did we forget about all that shit?
Fun.
We forgot about all the great things about it and remembered only the... Yeah, that's really good things about it. Oh my god. Splicer.
Now.
It's A, B, or S.
That is a massive thingy.
Splicer had some good exotics. Vogue came back.
Cryothesia, forgettable.
But
right.
It's the first time we saw a stasis weapon in the kinetic slot.
True. It had Vex. It was dog shit.
Yeah.
And then it was really good. And then it was really bad. We got Star Eaters, which were so fucking busted, they had to get disabled for fucking Vogue.
Yep.
What ornaments did it have? Let's see.
I have no idea.
See, what season was Duality?
Hunt.
Duality was Hunt?
Wait, do you mean the dungeon or the gun?
The gun.
Yeah, that was Hunt.
Bro, that's crazy.
I know we haven't factored this in much in the past seasons that we've talked about. Splicer had one of the best artifacts. Like, the artifact mods were some of the best artifact mods we ever got.
True. Was Splicer solo op? Splicer wasn't solo op.
No.
You're just wrong about that, because we had solo op, we had
Seraph
breach
had great ones.
We had breach and clear, actually.
Yeah, breach and clear and Splicer is the first time it made an appearance. Plus,
that's true.
Void explosions could create Warmind cells. Void explosions did more damage, or is all explosions maybe? Like,
you know what?
His last time, it was like a send off for Warmind cells before they got nerfed into.
It was also a send off for Anarchy, because after that it got nerfed.
Yeah.
It got nerfed in Splicer.
See,
okay. It got nerfed in Lost, actually.
I think it's A or B. I'm backing off S pretty hard now.
I think it's better than like Arrivals, at least. Not Beyond Light though.
Yeah. I think it's some of the most fun I've had in Destiny 2. But we got to keep this in mind. This is another Black Armory type of situation. Looking back, people say, "Oh, it was perfect. We love it. Nothing was wrong with it."
I hated it.
People hated it when it happened. Like,
I was a Splicer hater. It was boring to me. It had some good things about it whenever it was releasing. The seasonal activity, horrible.
Yeah.
Hated it.
Override was okay. I don't think it was the worst, but it definitely felt like a 3-player activity that they shoved 6 players in. So it would bug out a lot because there's too many enemies for 6 players in too small an area.
Very, very true.
Had some cool things about it though. It was pretty quick. Also,
I have nothing good to say.
Quaria's death was so
exactly
that should have been a big moment, and it's just like, oh no, we killed Quaria.
Exactly.
It did bring the House of Light into the city though, and that's pretty cool. We killed off Lakshmi.
Which, didn't she have like something crazy and just didn't tell us?
What do you mean?
I know she had something like lore-wise, she had something crazy. I can't remember what it was.
She had like a prediction engine that used Vex tech.
No, not that. Not that. She had something else.
Like, I know that she looked into the future and saw the last city burning and overrun with Vex, and she saw that the House of Light was there. But she was the one that brought the Vex in.
Yeah.
And it was the House of Light defending themselves in the city.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. She knew about the Veil. That's what it was.
Yeah.
She literally knew about the Veil and didn't tell us. She knew about Neomuna. She knew about all of that. And just didn't say anything. Fuck that bitch.
Fuck that bitch. Fuck Lakshmi.
We could have had Neptune so much longer ago.
But yeah, Splicer wasn't perfect. It had some cool stuff. The Vex network was cool. It did a lot of cool things. The game was super fun at that time. GMs during that season were super fun to run.
They were fun, yes.
But let's not kid ourselves. It had its problems. I think the story was cool and it set up a lot of things going forward. So Chosen, though. I just don't think as good as Chosen.
I like Chosen a lot because DMT Quest. Presage, yeah.
Season of Lost. Season of Lost.
Story.
Okay, also Splicer did, like, it didn't confirm Savathun possessed Osiris, but it really, it
hinted at it.
Yeah, it amped it up a lot.
The story for Lost.
Do you need help remembering it?
No.
Okay.
I just want to see where you put it based on the story.
Story alone.
It was definitely better than Black Armory House of Wolves.
Yeah. And April update.
Of course, because it was just an update with a strike. Because you had Savathun Savathi, whatever. Savathusi. Showing up, basically killing Osiris.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Killing fucking... What was his ghost name?
Sagira. Sagira was actually killed by Xivu Wrath right before Hunt started.
That's true. But we didn't get the fangs until Lost. We didn't get the... Yeah, which is crazy. She was dead for like fucking not... Fucking Osiris was lightless, then got taken over, which is crazy. And then, was it at the end of Lost or was it at the beginning? It was at the beginning of Lost, where she just popped out of his, like, out of the fake body.
Yeah.
And then she was like, here.
Marasov locks her in a crystal.
You can have this after you help me kill my fucking worm. It was a good story. I don't remember the exotics.
Exotics? The armor pieces were D1 exotics that they brought back. Radiant dance machines for hunters, which were super fun on launch.
No backups, nothing manacles, RDMs. Yeah. It did not bring Gallowhorn, thank you. Gallowhorn was just the same year as Lost.
Technically same season, but not really.
Yeah.
Biggest thing against season of Lost, that shit was 6 months long.
Yeah.
I got sick of that artifact.
Lawrence?
Oh, fuck, Lawrence Driver. I don't like it.
I don't either.
I don't like using it, playing against it, whatever. But...
So we agree that Lost is pretty good, but also not the best.
Yeah, it wasn't the worst that year, but it's close. It's not close to the worst, but like outranking the 4.
It would literally be. I feel like it would be if it was like 3 months long, it would be higher than Arrivals.
Yeah.
In all honesty,
like,
but
there's a lot of cool things about it.
6 months long. The story was wicked, but we finished the story in like
activity
a month
was better than Arrivals.
It was.
Astral Alignment, not good though.
Correct.
It only had like 2 or 3 different versions.
Got repetitive quick.
Updates to the Dreaming City, that's cool.
That's alright, I guess.
Oh, I think, didn't Chosen update Dreaming City loot pool? Oh my god, Lost introduced legendary stasis weapons.
Yes, Lost and it brought in Augur Scepter.
Hell yeah, one of my favorite exotics.
L.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah, Lost did a lot of good things, but it wasn't that great at the same time.
It was kind of bad. Now, I want to get to this next one.
30th anniversary.
Because I feel like we're going to have conflicting on this.
The free update version of it, A tier. The fact that you have to pay $25 for Grasp of Avarice,
okay,
D tier.
Hear me out.
I love Grasp, but...
Grasp, Gallowhorn, and Gallowhorn's fucking Catalyst make it an S.
Best I'll do is an A.
Fine. I only say S because Grasp is probably the most fun dungeon. Like, a whimsical dungeon.
Yeah, it's very whimsical.
You pick up fake engrams, you put it in a crystal. Matador came back. Ias Luna came back. 1K Stare came back.
We got a fucking Claymore.
It was nostalgia.
You haven't touched Dares yet.
What do you mean?
I love Dares of Eternity.
Theirs was okay. The loot was cool.
Loot's great.
Halo, like 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or whatever, how many ever Halo themed weapons we got.
3 legendaries for Halo within Dares, and then an exotic, yeah.
Forerunner.
That's it.
Was cool. You don't need the catalyst to have the weapon be good, which is kind of crazy. I just think it's really good DLC. Mini DLC.
I would have loved if the artifact reset with it.
True.
Not even a season pass. Not even having to re-level it. Just if they changed the
artifacts.
Perks. Yeah.
Yep.
Just change the perks in the artifact.
Or just rearranged, kept the same weapons, but just rearranged what did what. And just gave us a few fresh, perks in there.
I don't know, man. I don't want to use a fusion rifle ever again after that half a year only running Cartesian coordinate and a linear fusion.
Jesus
Christ. But Grasp of Avarice and that bundle for 30th anniversary should not be $25.
True.
And Witch Queen proved it because the Witch Queen dungeon key bundle is $20 for 2 dungeons. That's $10 a dungeon.
Yeah.
Grasp is $25.
Yeah, but Grasp added Dares as well. It added an activity that's still in the game.
It's free.
Dares was free.
Dares was free.
That's right. No, it isn't. You can only do the beginner quest.
Nope, you can keep doing it. Think so.
Okay. My bad. You can't get Forerunner. I know that.
Yeah.
Because you need 30th. I'm just misremembering. It's been a very long time.
I think Witch Queen's top of S.
Oh, I think it's like middle of S. I do not like Witch Queen more than Age of Triumph stuff.
Really?
I did not like the raid that much.
I love the Rolk fight and
The Rogue
Caretaker
fight,
encounter.
they're cool, but like mechanically, the Caretaker, it's symbols
Yeah.
and taking aggro. That is all it is.
Yeah.
With Rolk, it's symbols, get hit by a beam, DPS. It's simple.
Yeah, it's simple, but it's also like complicated at the same time.
Oryx in D2 is more complicated than that. It has more mechanics in that.
Yeah. All the mechanics in that raid are in Oryx, pretty much.
Exactly. So that's why I think it's like mid S. It's still really good.
I think it's the best campaign they've ever made.
Legendary campaign.
Yeah, it's amazing. Weapon crafting for real this time.
But I still feel like Forsaken did more for the game than Witch Queen because of the weapon changes.
Hold on, I just remembered. I might bump Lost up to A tier. Infinite ammo primaries.
Okay, never mind. Yeah, that's fair. Anyways.
But that carries over to Witch Queen. It had infinite ammo primaries. We still had elemental wells and all that.
That goes through Lost, pal.
Origin traits.
See, I don't like origin traits.
I do, though.
I think they're
it's
stupid.
just an extra perk.
Which is stupid, because it's an extra perk that's always there.
Yeah.
Like, if they didn't add origin traits, I wouldn't have to get another Igneous Adept. And that's why I don't like it. No. I just don't like origins. They're just not necessary in my eyes. Besides, like, I don't know, Vice Stinger, which is the only one that has, like, good utility.
Ambush.
The others are good. Just. What is?
Ambush.
I don't even know what that does.
It's the Seraph one. It's opening shot with extra damage.
I mean, that's only on Seraph weapons, though.
Yeah.
Which.
You really don't like Witch Queen, though? I mean,
I like it. It's just not better than Age of Triumph for me. Because Age of Triumph did Crota, it did Oryx, it did Atheon. It not revamped, but it made 3 old raids relevant. Witch Queen added 2 dungeons in a raid.
Okay, here's my question.
Yes.
Do the dungeons count as Witch Queen, or do we count them towards the seasons they came out in? Because they do tie into those seasonal stories.
Well, we should work it more into the seasons, but
okay.
Witch Queen as a whole, this is as a whole, and then we'll delve into the original seasons, because Witch Queen encompasses the seasons as well.
Yeah.
Like, the dungeons, it wasn't Spire and Duality, was it?
It was.
Duality sucks. I hate it. Stupid dungeon. Spire, it's alright. I wish the boss fight would let you DPS like legitimately 2 or 3 seconds longer.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's a good dungeon. It's alright. It's just recycled content, which they do that all the time, so who cares?
Yeah. Yeah, like Opulence. People complain about recycled content. They're like, Menagerie or Opulence was perfect. They didn't recycle content. Every weapon in that was recycled other than Rose and Lumina.
Exactly. Did Witch Queen was Rose, or was that Lightfall? It was Lightfall. Was it?
No.
Rose was like late Witch Queen.
Yeah, it was either Plunder or Seraph. Whenever they brought back comp, I don't remember when that was. I think it was Plunder or Seraph.
Whenever they made comp actually worth it. So yeah, Witch Queen definitely not top of S. Yeah, I can agree with that.
Personally, in your opinion,
yeah.
Can we put it in between Forsaken and Taken King?
Go for it, pal.
Okay. Because I
it's definitely better than Taken King. It is definitely better than Taken King. What the fuck was this called?
Season of the Risen.
Risen.
I think this is the first season to launch alongside of an expansion and be good. Arguably the only time it's ever happened, depending on your opinion on Defiance.
What did Risen add?
Psyops.
L. Anyways, I do not like Psyops.
Damn.
For the simple fact that it's just escort the payload, go kill some Hive Guardians, or a hive, like some fucking higher level hive stuff, then go kill a hive guardian, and you finish.
That's just the Cosmodrome one.
But that's the only one I remember because the others were so forgettable.
The moon one is fun. I like the moon one a lot. And
the moon one
EDZ
was okay.
isn't bad. Okay, that one's okay. I actually do like the Cosmodrome one. That's the only time payload was done well in D2.
Put it wherever you want, because either way I'm going to disagree.
What about the story of Risen?
Again, I don't remember it. Wasn't it like Uldren doesn't like Keitel doing things to the enemy, and then he cries about it or something?
So it starts off with, because in Witch Queen, we kill a bunch of Keitel's forces, and she's like, Zavala, that wasn't very poggers of you. I'm gonna fucking kill you. And he's like, no, we need to kill the hive together.
Was this the season that Saladin got his fucking title? Okay, then yeah, I remember the story.
Yeah, because Crow accidentally unplugs the Scion from the hive light bearers, kills the Scion on accident. Whoops, it's Keitel's best friend.
Whoa.
And she's like, a life for a life. Zavala's ready to kill her. And Saladin steps in and says, if it's a life for a life, take mine. And she's like, all right, you're on my war council now, dog. He's like, okay, chill. Also, Dead Messenger was this season.
I think it's B.
Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with B.
Definitely not better than Arrivals for story, because Arrivals was the arrival of the fucking Black Fleet.
Yeah.
You can't really top that with Keitel getting mad at us, because that's all that happened.
It was the shortest season, content-wise.
Oh, yeah, it definitely was.
Season of the Haunted. I'll let you kind of head this one, because I didn't play much
Haunted
when it came out.
Because the ability to craft... Haunted was...
Haunted had some good weapons.
It had really good weapons. It had Callous Mini Tool.
Bump in the Night.
Ostringer. Was it Ostringer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ostringer came back.
You could craft fucking Beloved. The story, Bump in the Night, wasn't really good. I don't remember Hollow Denial.
It's the Void Trace rifle with lead from gold.
Okay, yeah. The weapons already put it in middle of the packet B at least.
Okay, here's a good question about Risen. Because the other seasons, like Haunted and Plunder, had a 3.0 rework associated with them. So is that part of Witch Queen or is that part of Risen? The Void 3.0?
That's just Witch Queen, because that has nothing to do with we already knew those were coming.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
And we knew they were going to release them in 3-month intervals.
So all the reworks are Witch Queen?
All the super reworks are definitely Witch Queen.
Okay.
That's why Witch Queen is so good, because it had super reworks in it. I feel like it's definitely better than... It's definitely under Risen for me.
Thank you. I did not like Haunted's story.
The story was okay.
Okay, the story wasn't bad. It was the structuring that was awful.
It was bad. I did not like it.
Because the missions were split in half.
Going back to the Leviathan, even if it was limited as it was, pretty good.
And for a public event, seasonal activity, not bad.
I liked it.
Yeah,
I liked the way they did that.
It was pretty fun, actually.
Just for weapons, story was mid. Dungeon, I don't like it.
Good weapons in it, though.
Good weapons. Really good weapons.
Horrible armor for it, though.
I don't remember it. That's
the Haka armor.
Anyways, let's go to the next one.
Plunder. I want to know your opinion on Plunder.
It had Scallywag, I guess.
I think it gets more hate than it deserves. I think it's easily the worst season that launched that... Haunted's pretty bad in my... I don't like Haunted that much.
Let me look at Haunted's exotics. It had Trespasser, Heart Shadow, Second Chance, Caliban's Hand, and Rain of Fire. Okay, Rain of Fire with Vex was fucking fun as hell in Iron Banner. That is the only saving grace that fucking Haunted could get from me. From being mid. What's the next season?
Plunder.
Plunder.
A lot of people would throw it an F. That's an overreaction. I don't think it's that bad.
Plunder technically had Quicksilver.
It did.
It had Touch, which Touch of Malice.
So yeah, I brought back Kingsfall.
Re-nerf with the Sunspot exotic. You know the one I'm talking about. Lorelei. It has Delicate Tomb.
Delicate Tomb's like the
This
worst thing that
season,
season.
2-point contact cannon brace or point
Yep.
contact cannon brace, really good this season.
Fallen Sunstar, really good this season.
Gear Falcon, before it was nerfed and before it was disabled because of PvP. It is still one of the best Void Hunter exotics besides Omni in the entire game.
Catch Crash was Plunder. I like Catch Crash.
Catch Crash was all right. It definitely was not better than it was better than Psyops in my opinion, but there were only 3 bosses.
Yeah,
that's its main downside. 3 bosses, very limited variance in the encounters, no variance in enemy types because Fallen, I guess. Again, put it wherever you want because they'll probably agree.
I'm also not a fan of Expedition, but...
Was it Expedition?
It was the complementary activity, because they started doing 2 activities every season. It was escort the payload.
Oh,
that's
that
all you did.
one!
And you throw treasures in it.
It was okay.
It was fun the first time. I love melting the boss at the end of it. That was the season
that... Plunder was the season that Taking or Oryx came back. It's definitely better than Curse and Black Armory. I think just for...
People fucking hate Plunder, and I think it's just because they were playing too much Destiny for too long, and that's when they got burnt out. I definitely agree with
Plunder being right there. There's a lot of mid DLCs, huh? Seraph.
I think it's ARS.
It had Revision 0, which this was the first time an exotic had multiple catalysts. Even if I don't think they were done very well at all. What else did it have? It had
Operation Seraph Shield. The story I liked. I liked the story.
If Seraph Shield didn't reuse the fucking Tanix thing, I'd be fine with it.
You mean the
orbital station? Yes.
Yeah, orbital station.
It is literally a space station that came crashing down. There was only one of them. How is there another?
Well, like different planet.
I guess.
I do like that it uses deep zone mechanics though in the mission.
That was cool. I liked the mission, but the exotic. When was the last time you used it?
Oh yeah, no. Revision 0 is kind of doo doo.
It's kind of bad.
Oh, Manticore came out this season. Shit, it's bad.
It's real bad. Not very good.
Battleground heists are okay.
It has the word battleground in it, so it's an automatic L for me.
I think heists are probably the worst battlegrounds, but I don't think they're that bad. Did bring back Mars, kind of.
I guess.
Spire of the Watcher. A lot of great loot.
Yes.
The weapons were slapping that season. I love the story that season. No exotic armor, sadly. The story
of Seraph was really good.
And the epilogue,
very good.
It was a great lead-in to Lightfall.
Yes, it fucking was.
I don't think there's a whole lot more to talk about with Seraph.
Not really.
It really it made the game feel fresh again after Plunder, but also I did step away a little bit. So
it had like 4th times and
Vorpal on Revision 0.
No, it was 4th times and whatever on that one LMG. And then
4 times the
pair that with
target
something
lock
else.
on
Target lock.
Mm-hmm.
Target lock is one of the worst perks they've added into the game for the game's health.
They nerfed it. It's pretty balanced.
I don't care. It's still fucking really good.
Yeah, it's just an easy damage buff.
It's just such an easy damage. You don't even need to get a kill with it. Rampage kill clip, you need to get a kill with it. As far as I know, I may be misremembering, the only damage perk in the game where you don't need to get a kill, which is crazy.
Vorpal, but that's only on certain enemies.
That's only on certain enemy types. Target lock is on everything.
One for all.
Okay, Frenzy. But when are you like... Okay, but those are not free. Frenzy, you have to stay in combat. One for all, you have to shoot 3 different enemies.
I mean, target lock, you have to keep on the same enemy with your aim.
Yeah, one enemy.
It's like box breathing.
Yeah, exactly. It's the box breathing for SMGs, which we already knew box breathing was busted whenever it came out.
Yeah.
That's why it got nerfed.
True. Imagine having...
They should have known that target lock would have done the same.
Yeah.
I'm just tilted that target lock's so good. Seraph was alright. It's pretty good. Lightfall.
What do you think?
No, what do you think about Lightfall?
Okay, I think the campaign missions are incredibly fun. I think base game-wise, gameplay-wise, okay, this is some of the most fun Destiny's been in a while.
Strand
is super fun too.
Now hear me out. The only good Strand super is Warlock.
I'm not going to lie, even though I was shitting on it before it came out, man, I really do like Strand Titan.
I hate the fact
do
that
not
Titan...
like Strand Warlock at all. Or Hunter.
I like Strand Warlock for the sole fact that it's a fire and forget, and Warlock has necrotic with Ostia.
Yeah.
That build is really good.
It is. It is. There's
And
really
then
good builds on Train. I just don't like the super for Warlocks or
I
Hunters.
don't like the Titan super or the Hunter super because they are roaming.
Yeah.
I am so tired of getting roaming supers. They rework Arc Staff to be able to be thrown.
Yeah.
That's the only the time I use fucking Arc on Hunter.
I want Titans to have something that isn't roaming. What are your thoughts on Lightfall overall, though? Oh yeah, bad raid.
I liked it.
Well, it's not. Root's not bad.
No. Root
Good
is
exotic.
visually
It's fun.
Incredible.
Yeah, it's great visuals.
It gets boring.
It's super fun if you're just fucking around. But mechanically, it's ad clear. It's an ad clear raid.
Ad clear the raid.
Yeah.
That's why I like it. Because it means I can sit there and do nothing the entire raid.
It's C or B for me. It's
B.
better than most big expansions. Or not better. It's better than Shadowkeep.
It's definitely better than
game.
base game. It's top of C.
Yeah.
Now, the wildest part is that we're putting Curse above Lightfall. Okay, fine.
Yeah. That was the only way to fix that unless we moved Lightfall to B.
True.
You want to move Lightfall to B?
Fuck it.
Okay.
Bottom of B.
I think
because
the
best
free
it did
updates
was
that came with Lightfall are easily some of the best quality of life changes we've
Lightfall
gotten.
added supers and cool weapons.
New damage type. And this time we didn't have to wait a year to get legendaries in it. Which, you know, like lore-wise makes no sense compared to Stasis, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
If they didn't launch with strand weapons, people would have been mad, even though lore-wise it would have made more sense than what happened with Stasis. Also, strand grind, so much easier than Stasis grind.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah, I feel like Lightfall, all the shit it gets is because Witch Queen is the expansion that came before it.
Yeah, we got Legendary Campaign again.
True. I honestly think the missions are more fun, but the story is worse.
I guess. I can agree with that.
Which one are you more likely to replay for gameplay?
Do you want my honest answer?
Is it Witch Queen?
It's neither.
Oh, I meant of those two.
Well, I mean, I do not, like, I get my supers from doing the DLC story missions, and then I never touch them again. I do not touch the heroic story missions because that is boring as fuck content. I would not replay the stories at all.
Yeah.
Like, even if you forced me to.
There's a lot of exotic quests in Lightfall.
Yeah, I don't remember any of them.
There was Winter's Bite, which was super good for like 2 weeks, and now it's one of the worst exotics in the game.
No. It still does the damage thing.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Didn't know that.
Yep.
Huh.
I'm pretty sure it does.
Final Warning is bad.
As of July 24th, I'm pretty sure it still doesn't. What the fuck is Final Warning?
It's the strand sidearm that auto-aims.
Exactly. I got that the day I could. Never touched it again.
Yeah. Deterministic Chaos. Honestly, one of the worst exotics in the game. Hilariously enough.
Forgettable. I remember the hand cannon that came out this season.
Yep.
More than I remember that.
Do you know what Deterministic Chaos does?
It's an LMG, all right.
It weakens enemies every 4th bullet and makes them volatile every 16th, and it shoots super slow. Literally, if it shot faster, it'd be better.
True.
It's bad.
That's the same for every gun.
Throw in suppression every 8th, and it will be better. You know?
True.
Up its damage. Do something.
Objectively, Lightfall is mid as fuck.
Yeah.
And
better than
Beyond
base
Light
game.
Beyond Light is high mid.
I really want to move Curse down further because there are people that legitimately think that is the better expansion of the two by leagues. They think Eater of Worlds is superior to Root of Nightmares, and I can't agree with that.
Okay, but they're both raid layers. They're both just ad clear, do one thing, maybe.
Yeah, they're 6-person dungeon.
What the fuck is this next season called, though?
Defiance.
Defiance.
It was the tag along with Lightfall. You know what happens in it?
You save some people from a pyramid, someone dies.
Yeah. Amanda dies. Save people from the pyramids. Aramis is like, hey guys, you shouldn't go in there. It's a trap. Amanda dies. Mithrax sad. Vexcalibur came with this.
Mid.
What was the what? Whoa, hold on. I just caught that. What the fuck did you just say about Vexcalibur?
Mid.
You don't like Vexcalibur?
I fucking hate glaives, bro.
It's the best one.
I am a glaive hater through and through.
There are only 2 glaives I would suggest that people use.
None of them.
Maybe 3, actually. Vexcalibur's number 1. Number 2 is Judgment of Kelgrath. Number 3, Edge of Action, if you're on Behemoth.
Yeah, Edge of Action is literally the only one I want to see people using because it's funny with Behemoth.
Yeah.
That is it.
No, Vexcalibur slaps, dude. It's a support exotic.
Yeah,
That works,
Vexcalibur
unlike
only
Lumina.
slaps. It doesn't, like, I don't want to take up a slot in the special slot to fucking be support unless it's the Trace from Ghosts.
That's fair.
Lumina, that's fine because it's primary.
I see where you're coming from, but it does do more damage per shot than every other glaive because it's also a shotgun.
Okay, that's fair.
Also, it is a fun mission, in my opinion.
I guess.
Hey man, I like it. But yeah, I just put the season in C. It wasn't great. What was the season? What was the seasonal exotic for that? What was the season pass exotic?
Bro.
It wasn't even that
what?
long ago. Can't even remember. Defiance.
Vertiglass Curve.
Oh yeah. You mean the bow that's still bugged out? Okay, never mind.
Yep.
It's kind of good, but it's buggy. Season of the Deep. What's your opinion? I'll put you in the
On
hot
what?
seat.
Sorry.
This season, current season, Season of the Deep.
I like it.
I think the people that are complaining just need to play other games.
Okay, listen. The roguelite thing is cool.
Oh yeah, I think the encounters suck ass though.
They're bad.
There's some
Tier
good
7
encounters
deep
in
dive,
it.
not worth it.
Yeah, there's some fun encounters in Deep Dive, but for the most part, they're not great. But I want them to do it again with better encounters.
But better.
Yeah, that's not good feedback. Is just saying I want it better. But like, I love
Exotic?
the roguelite part of it.
Secret
And I like
exotic.
the idea of the grabbing the lures to get the better rewards. But if it was like, I just want more fun encounters. I think salvage is not great. Salvage is a worse catch crash.
I run salvage like 3 times.
Yeah. Also, big ups for this season though. You don't have to do salvage every week for this fucking story, like you do with every other season. Holy shit,
Alright.
that was massive.
Exotics for this season. Wicked Implement, Navigator, Centrifuge, Arbor Warden, Triton Vice, and fucking Forge Head. Bro, what the fuck does Triton Vice even do?
Glaive
Increases
melee
glaive
does more damage, and killing an enemy
Titan?
with a glaive that matches your subclass makes them explode.
Mid. Worse than mid.
Yeah. No, Syntheseps are better
Arbor
with glaives.
Warden. Using your class abilities, channels light inward, providing a grenade that creates a barricade on impact. So it's okay. It's a funny, haha, funny exotic, I guess.
Yeah, it's not great.
This season kind of mid with exotics. That's crazy.
Centrifuge is fun,
but it's an auto in the secondary slot.
I like kinetic special weapons.
I like them when they're in the kinetic slot, not the special slot. See, I'm still Destiny 1 pilled. It's kinetic and special. It's not...
Yeah. It's kinetic and energy for me, so...
Exactly. It's kinetic and special slots, not kinetic energy. It's special ammo, because the ammo's special. It runs out.
Navigator's pretty cool.
I don't have it.
I don't either. I have shit
I don't
RNG.
plan on getting it, because it seems mid as fuck.
Wicked Implement.
Bad.
I'm not a fan of it.
It is just bad.
People hate it when I say it.
It is like
but it's
Okay.
just chill clip.
Hear me out.
I would rather use
It
a chill
would be
clip
good.
function.
Not good. It would be better in a lot of people's books if the mission for it wasn't the most insufferable thing imaginable for a scout rifle with chill clip.
I like the mission, but it's not worth it.
The mission should have had a better exotic.
Yeah. It should not be paired with deep dives.
Correct. To get the fucking thingy, to even get the exotic, you need to have a 3-stack.
Yeah.
Like, genuinely. You can RNG that bitch, but most people who are going into deep dives are either going for the mission, and they're not geared properly, or they're not going for the mission, and they just want to do their fucking deep dives.
Yeah. I'm a wicked implement hater. Oh, but you could stun champions from across the room. So can
Watch
a Bleak
this.
Watcher nade.
Watch this. Uses a hand cannon. Watch this. Uses a grenade with fastball.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, I could use that in my exotic slot, or I could use Agriceptor, which is more versatile in the whole game.
Where would you place it?
Deep?
I'd place it at a C or D. C or B, sorry.
Like, I'll put it above Defiance.
That's fair.
Probably better than Drifter, if we're being honest. Like, I don't know. I think there's some seasons people hate for no reason. Plunder, number 1 on that list. People hate Plunder for no reason. I think Haunted was a worse season structure-wise and gameplay-wise. The only thing it had going for it, in my opinion, was the loot. I think Plunder was way more fun. We finally had all of our 3.0s done at that point for Plunder.
Yeah.
I think it missed in some places. I don't think it's as bad as people think it is. People would put it at the bottom of F. It's not that bad.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's just okay.
I'm moving it to the bottom of B though.
Yeah.
I'll put it above Curse.
So I think this is the list.
There's a couple things I want to mention. I just want to say 30th anniversary. Probably the most balanced PvP sandbox since D2 vanilla.
True.
So I'll put it over Warmind because that Warmind PvP meta gives me nightmares still.
Yeah. That shit was fucking scary.
Yeah, it was just Wormhusk Crown, Graviton Lance, or a 3-round burst sidearm. Is there anything on this list that you want to revisit?
It all looks fine to me.
All right. I think that's our list.
If you disagree, you're stupid.
Yeah, you're just wrong. This is objective proof that this year's
Destiny
content hasn't
sucks.
been that bad. It's just kind of mid.
This just proves that all those in B tier, Destiny's mid.
Destiny's mid.
It's mid.
Unless
Not bad.
It's good.
Mid. Unless it has like 6 bangers. The rest
6
are just
absolute bangers. 6 bangers, and
the rest is just mid or bad.
B is like, it kind of slapping, I guess. C is serviceable, at least, most of the time.
Serviceable.
D and F are unplayable. Well,
Yeah.
F is unplayable. D is...
Just tolerable.
Yeah, I can swallow the food. F is rat poison.
True.
I still played Undying for some reason. Worthy,
That is
though.
unfortunate
That's what
news.
almost got me. Wish I played more Worthy. I wouldn't be playing the game anymore.
True.
I hate Destiny 2. It's my favorite game.
I rage play this game. I rage spend $100 on this game every year for the DLC.
Anyways, that's our list. Tell us where you agree or disagree. Have a feeling I'm going to get some fucking flack for this one. Maybe some hate. Maybe even a death threat or two. So, yeah. Anyways.
Send death threats.
Lightfall's not F tier. See you next time.